Okay. Hello, Ruchi. So,
Hi, Sandeep.
hi, how are you doing? Yeah. So,
I'm doing good. Thank you.
okay.
How are
I
you?
think some network, the lag is there. Okay. Am I audible to you now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, let's, they start with few of the questions, for the other people, like, we were, since last 4 to 5 months, we were, the discussing about the BA stuff and the career mentorship with the Ruchi. So let's hear from her point of view and how the career transition, or what are the type of the BA skill set you need to do once you are moving from one sector to the another sector, on those kind of things. So, let's start with the introduction, Ruchi. What you were doing before you are starting as a business analyst, and then why you have decided to move to the BA, and whether there was some hesitation to take a new challenge at this stage in the career, because I know you are already doing good 10 to 12 years, and you are the doing good into your last the role. But why that transition happened to you now? So maybe you can start
Okay.
at that point.
Sure. So, I've been working in the operations or admin sort of role in my previous experiences. Also, I've worked as a lecturer, and I always wanted to explore a different line, a different career where there is a lot of change because my existing job was becoming a little boring. Day-to-day activities were pretty much similar. So, I always wanted to take a challenge. And I think Sandeep has really helped me in with teaching me the BA skills,
Yeah.
from starting till end, um, how to deal with certain scenarios, how to deal with certain sort of projects,
Yeah.
um, what sort of steps are involved in the SDLC process,
Mhm.
and things like that. So I think his guidance with his mentorship,
Mhm.
I was able to, get into the role
Mhm.
and got myself a little bit settled into the role because I didn't have any background previously. What is the ABCD even of the BA? So all I knew is that, this is sorry about the background noise. So this is where some analytical work is involved. For
Yeah.
me, the definition of analytical was very vast.
Yeah.
It could involve the Excel spreadsheets or maybe formulas or things like that.
Yeah.
But then Sandeep helped me to, understand
Yeah.
that it is not all about that. It is about managing the
Yeah.
stakeholder, um, how the project process works from beginning to end. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it
So,
overall helped me.
yeah, that's the so nice. Now the point here, because let's say, what I've seen with the candidate, the Ruchi, like they are hesitate, to take the career transition. Okay, they'll say, okay, we are fixed, we are settled into one of the role. So what you want to say to those people? Can they take this decision, or what are the things or the steps they can take to move to the new career, or maybe any kind of suggestion or the feedback you want to give to all those people they are looking for a career transition?
Sure. What I believe is like, whatever amount of years you have spent in your existing career, you always have, you always can go back if you don't like it, right? But then trying a new challenge will at least open up your avenues to
Yeah.
see if you're gonna like it,
Yeah.
if you can pursue your career better. And even with the BA, the good thing about business analyst is once you learn the skills, they are applicable across any industry.
Okay.
So it's not specific to a specific domain. You can go into and switch into any other industry, and there's a lot of growth and promotion after that. You can excel your career into product team. You can go into the project management. So it's just totally a personal preference. It just helps you teaching how to manage your time, how to manage the other skills, and you'll be surprised to see
Yeah.
where once you take that challenge, that how
Yeah.
and what other extra skill set you have,
Yeah.
which you have never possibly utilized in your existing career.
Yeah. Now that's exactly
Yeah,
same thing. And as you mentioned, like doesn't matter whatever the background or the skill set you have, it is up to you how you are going to utilize those skill set. So,
correct.
another thing, right? Let's go back few months, the back. And then at that time when you were deciding, like shall I go ahead with this guy or not, fear my guidance or not? So why you made that decision? I want to hear from you now. We never discuss about this in our class and all those, but I want to hear you from now why you decided, and what was your thought process when you are making decision. Okay, let's go ahead with him, and then he might be able to help me or guide me throughout this process. What was your experience in that point, and what was your the questions or decision you made in that point in time?
So before coming back to Sandeep, I was already looking at a lot of YouTube videos and Udemy and all that stuff. So I didn't want to go through that same sort of material again with Sandeep.
Yeah,
So my expectation was to learn something different, not what the data is available at the Google. And I didn't want someone to just read the
yeah,
same material to me because that's easily accessible to me. I can pay $20, $30 and get the Udemy course, but
yeah,
that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for someone who can understand what my challenges are. And also, I wanted to, speak to a person who, um, who has a good command and knowledge
yeah,
about certain things.
yeah,
And after talking to Sandeep for half an hour,
yeah,
maybe not even half an hour, like, I just took a trial session for few minutes, and he told me, he said, you'll see the results and everything. I
yeah,
felt a lot more confident
yeah.
in making that decision. Yes, I want.
That also I want to highlight, that to the people, doesn't matter what the teacher or the mentor they are teaching you, if you are not doing, let's say, from the effort from your side, and which is I've seen, Ruchi, from your side, like you always used to come up with list of the questions, like these are the things I need to discuss with you, or these are the things I have gone through and I'm struggling, can you the try to utilize our time properly. So that preparation is required from
Yeah,
candidate also. It's not like somebody can help you, but you need to take one step, right?
100%. If you're paying for it,
Yeah,
you
utilize.
have to be prepared for it.
Yeah,
You should utilize each and every minute, you know and that's what Sandeep's expectation is also. He's not rushed up. I
yeah,
always felt that, if I didn't understand, I asked him that question 5 times, and he was very patient in explaining me by different
yeah,
examples and things like that. So
yeah.
that actually helped me open up things.
Okay, that's good. So let's talk about, Ruchi, the kind of the interaction we used to have since we already started. So how we used to plan, let's say, the session, or sometime I'm not there, sometime let's say you are busy. We used to do the flexibility. So talk about that part, like how we used to plan the session, our interaction, and then how maybe you used to approach with the questions or my guidance. So highlight few parts that our entire journey or the session, those kind of the scenarios.
Yeah. So, yeah, I felt that Sandeep was quite flexible in terms of, not like, this time you log off at that time. I think he was pretty flexible in understanding sometimes our personal challenges. Obviously, he has his own businesses, well, so we need to respect that, and stick to his structure.
Yeah,
But in terms of talking to him and arranging a class, that would be a very simple message that, okay, I'm ready, are you ready? And then
yeah,
let's just jump on the call.
yeah,
And we used to go from there. So, and he was pretty flexible in terms of, if the time is going ahead, 5 or 10 minutes, if the question is still unanswered, and that is being answered and covered off. So that was something, yeah, would appreciate.
yeah. So, Ruchi, since you already started, the working into the BA role, what are the few skill set which you observe as a kind of, somebody who just is starting their career, they should get hold on those type of the skill set that may be technical, as we had few classes about the SQL, or maybe non-technical part. So because somebody who just move from, another career, what are the few skill set they should focus on to that? Maybe you can highlight those skill set.
I think even I did that before, but I feel that something depends on the role.
Yeah.
If it is a non-technical BA role, you
Yeah.
need to understand how the process flows in the project,
Yeah.
what sort of people are involved, what sort of teams are involved,
Mhm.
who will be your key stakeholders, what are the things or material you need to read first, which
Yeah.
will help you to, take certain steps in future.
Mhm.
So I believe that understanding the SDLC process is the main thing.
Mhm.
Understanding how things are flowing from starting to end is the main thing. So rather than just learning about the technical knowledge, you need to understand how things are flowing from starting till end.
Yeah, that's good. And just talking about the kind of, because I've seen initially we were kind of, the very hesitate, like how it is going on, with the learning part, and whether, I'll be able to, the do a good job or the learning or that or not. But then eventually the things started picking up. And I remember, like, you used to say, like, the amount of time which you are putting every day, which has reduced now drastically. And then you could able to, the focus on other thing also. So maybe you can highlight some of that part, and
Yeah.
like, how it was
Yeah,
working.
I felt I was quite new to the things also. So I felt that I didn't have any obviously background knowledge, and I was spending a lot of my personal time. But
Mhm.
after a lot of my personal time on reading material and things like that,
Mhm.
but because I didn't have any foundation.
Yeah.
So the core is very important before you go into this role.
Yeah.
So it's important if someone is transitioning into and want to change their career from, normal job, any, say, for example, a nursing job or any teaching job into the BA job, then the foundation is very important. And I think that's where Sandeep has helped, you
Yeah.
know, because once you have the foundation, that is going to reduce your
Yeah.
amount of time and stress which is involved when you will be actually put on real time work.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ruchi, what about
So that foundation or base or background.
yeah, please go ahead. No, I just cut it. I think things you want to highlight or any feedback or suggestion to, let's say, to the me or the people who are trying to switch to the BA career, or they are just, somebody going for a, let's say, the promotion or growth into the same industry, anything related to the BA. So what are the few suggestions for those candidates? Like, what are the things they should consider before deciding, let's say, the training or any program, or before deciding the career itself also? What are the things or the checklists they should prepare?
What is the checklist they should prepare?
Yeah.
Do they actually want to do it? And I think for every job, before they apply for the job, they should look at the core skill set.
Yeah.
What BA skill set is needed,
Yeah.
what sort of background or what sort of knowledge is needed
Yeah.
before they go into or jump into that sort of career.
Yeah.
So that's where, if they think that these are the skills which are needed, or
Mhm.
these are certain key selection criteria for the certain job,
Mhm.
in order to fulfill those sort of requirements, they
Mhm.
should look up for a person or a trainer who can help them achieving those requirements,
Yeah.
or understanding what that job is about,
Yeah.
what sort of role or requirements of the job are,
Yeah.
how can they achieve those requirements, how can they bring that skill set in themselves so that they can apply for that role and crack the interview.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where this course or this program helps them.
Yeah, that's exactly. They've been discussing with the student, like, again, the same thing, how you can utilize your existing experience and the skill set which you have, and then try to, the bridge the gap with the project what they have. And if you need an guidance or the help, you can take from either from the Google, or there are, the plenty of the people who can help you with that.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Now, if I ask you maybe the second last question, like, what are the two three things which you like, about, let's say, the training, or about me, or you like or don't like, maybe top two three things which you want to highlight as a maybe the points, just say them.
Yeah, I just felt that I just felt that Sandeep is always there to help you, support you to achieve your goals, and he'll make sure that you understand the issue, no matter how many times you ask. He's very approachable, not like other mentors who do not have the answers, who just leave their questions as closed ended and would give you a limited answer, maybe in one liner. He'll just go into the depth and try to explain and come into your step into your shoes, understand, where
Yeah.
the problem is and how that problem can be resolved. So
Yeah.
communication skills are really good, time management skills are really good in Sandeep. Like, he'll just make sure that if you're paying for it,
Yeah.
that amount and that every cent is worth it.
Yeah.
So that's those are the things which I felt that,
Okay.
it really helped me.
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, the Ruchi, to hear the feedback from the candidate, right? Because
Mhm.
for me also, it recently I started tie up with here also in the Australia, and it helped me also to improve that part,
Yes.
help the the candidate in a bigger pool. So that's fine. Now, any other feedback or the suggestion you want to give to me, or in a larger audience, or whatever the things, or any final note you want to share?
I think never be scared to take a challenge.
Yeah.
Always take a challenge.
Yeah.
Like I said, you will, worst come worst, what the skills or knowledge which you have already acquired in your previous job,
Yeah.
that you can always do or anytime go back.
Yeah.
But if you actually want to achieve or do something, or
Yeah.
if you see your friends or your relatives or anyone is working as a business analyst and you aspire to be on that position,
Yeah.
then I would say, it's good time, just take a challenge
Yeah.
and take this course, see
Yeah.
where this journey takes you.
Yeah.
Just don't give up, because there will be roadblocks, there will be a lot of hiccups,
Yeah.
but just continue to give your 100% and you will get there.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ruchi. That's really nice, and I hope it
That's it.
helps the other candidate also to take the informed decision, because sometimes they are just scared. They are not, confident enough to take the first step. So I think, maybe they hear from
Yeah,
someone, it can help them. Okay, thank you so
for
much.
sure.
And
No
that's
problem.
all I think for now. So thank
Sure.
you.